Hey everyone, welcome to the Autoimmune Dietitian YouTube channel. My name is Annie. I'm a registered dietitian and I work with people struggling with autoimmune diseases. I like to use nutrition and lifestyle as a way to help people improve their lives and live the life that they want to live. So today we are talking about zinc. Zinc is a common micronutrient deficiency in autoimmune diseases, and so I thought it was important to talk about what it is, the function of it, and where we find it in foods. So with our experience with COVID, we know that zinc is really important for our immune system, but this mineral also plays a key role in regulating our immune function, and in some cases, zinc status may be correlated to disease activity. So again, today we're going to be talking about what zinc is, the role it plays in autoimmune diseases, and how to make sure you're getting enough zinc from your diet. So before I start, I just want to jump in with my disclaimer that the information in today's video is not for the substitute for the diagnosis, treatment, or care of disease by a medical provider. This is for informational purposes only. So definitely consult your health care professional for any changes that you make to your medical care. All right, what is zinc? Zinc is a trace mineral. You find it on the periodic table, and it's essential to the human body, and it must be ingested through the food we eat. Although we don't need a lot of this mineral, that's why we call it a micronutrient, it plays a very important role in our body. Zinc is what is known as a cofactor for enzymes, meaning it's required for enzymes, and enzymes are proteins, to activate chemical reactions. And there's somewhere between 200 to 300 enzymes in our body that rely on zinc to work properly. And these reactions are needed for things like energy metabolism, DNA, RNA, and protein synthesis, among others. Zinc also is important for healing damaged tissues and supports our immune system. This mineral actually helps cells grow, so it's really important to eat zinc-rich foods during periods of growth in our bodies, such as childhood, adolescent, and pregnancy and breastfeeding. Zinc is also involved with our sense of smell and taste. So how does zinc relate to autoimmune diseases? Well, as I already mentioned, zinc is important for immune system functioning. However, what's really interesting is that when there is a zinc deficiency in the body, immune cells are extremely sensitive and are very affected with a drop in this mineral. In a 2018 meta-analysis looking at zinc and autoimmunity, the one thing researchers found that was consistent across many different autoimmune diseases was that there was significantly lower both serum and plasma zinc levels in autoimmune patients as compared to healthy controls. So this drop in zinc may be caused by an absorption issue in the digestive tract. If you have any inflammation in your gastrointestinal tract, it's going to affect how you absorb nutrients. So that may be one of the reasons why we see low zinc in autoimmune clients, because most of us do have inflammation in our intestinal lining. Or we can also see an increased need for zinc with an increase in pro-inflammatory cytokines that we see in autoimmune diseases. So anytime you're having an inflammatory reaction, you're going to have more of these cytokines, and it's possible that your body just needs more zinc to compensate for that inflammatory reaction. Zinc is also a very powerful antioxidant, meaning that it captures free radicals that damage our cells. So if you don't have enough zinc to stop those free radicals, you are opening up your body to an increased chance of cellular damage, which then in turn triggers an inflammatory reaction. The other really interesting thing about zinc is that it affects T cells. So T cells play a very important role in our immune system regulation. And in a study on, these cells are highly dependent on zinc and rely on zinc for proper regulation. So there was a study done on mice, and the mice had multiple sclerosis. Researchers found that zinc supplementation increased T regulatory cells, and those are the T cells in your immune system that help reduce inflammation, and lowered Th17 cells, and those are the cells that increase inflammation. So that's kind of interesting too. So the daily requirement for zinc is 11 milligrams for men and 8 milligrams for women. Depending on your autoimmune disease status, you may need more. Please consult your qualified health professional before starting any supplementation, as zinc does compete with copper. So you want to make sure you're not overdoing zinc and then not getting enough copper. Usually the best way to do that is to make sure you're taking a multivitamin with both zinc and copper, or you can just make sure you're taking them individually, but again, be very careful with taking individual supplements. I prefer to get a lot of my vitamins and minerals through food. That's my preferred way because there's all these synergistic properties when you eat food. However, it is important to note that sometimes food isn't enough, and so supplementation may be warranted. But here are some of the best sources of zinc that you can find in food. So red meat is a great source. A 3.5-ounce serving of red meat contains 4.8 milligrams of zinc, or almost half of your zinc requirement if you are female. Shellfish are really rich in zinc, specifically oysters. They have the highest amount of zinc of any shellfish. So 6 oysters provide 33 milligrams of zinc, which is like multiples of what you need on a daily basis. King crab is also a great source of zinc, and then small shellfish like shrimp and mussels are also a good source as well. If you are really into oysters, you can get canned oysters. It's a little bit more, price conservative to go that way. I know that I tried to eat canned oysters, and for whatever reason, it kept me up all night and I felt awful. So I cannot eat canned oysters, but I do try to, my new thing is I like to buy frozen shrimp and then defrost it and cook them and then add it to salads. So that's a great way to add some zinc into your diet. That's shellfish can get expensive, so buying frozen is just as good. If you prefer plant-based protein, beans and legumes is a really good option for zinc. 3.5 ounces of lentils contains about 1.3 milligrams of zinc, or around 15% of the daily amount for women. Seeds are also a good source of zinc. The seeds that are richest in zinc are hemp, pumpkin, squash seeds, and sesame. And then nuts are also a good source. So cashews is going to be your go-to nut for zinc. It contains 1.6 milligrams per 1 ounce serving. And then lastly, everyone's favorite, dark chocolate. Yes, dark chocolate has a good amount of zinc in it. So you really want to buy like the dark chocolate, like 70 to 88% dark chocolate. A 3.5 ounce bar of dark chocolate will have 3.31 milligrams of zinc. So just to recap, today we focused on zinc, this amazing micronutrient that plays a role in so many different functions in your body, really important for your immune system function and for immune system regulation. If you have an autoimmune disease, it is very likely that you might be deficient in zinc, so making sure that you're eating zinc-rich foods or taking a supplement would be ideal to kind of make sure that we're managing our inflammation as best we can. For those of you who'd like more help managing your autoimmune disease, I would love to chat with you. I offer free 15-minute discovery calls to learn more about your goals and to see if we are a good fit for each other. So you can go to my website, annierubin.com, and sign up for that. While you're on my website, I've got lots of free materials. I've got a handout on, a guide to detoxification, my top anti-inflammatory foods, supplements for autoimmune diseases. I mean, there's a whole bunch on there. So go crazy and have fun with that. And then lastly, if you, while you're on my website as well, you can go to my there's a button to click and to subscribe to my weekly newsletter. It comes to your inbox every Thursday. I'm always talking about something related to something like this, nutrition, autoimmune diseases. So you can subscribe. It comes to your inbox every Thursday. If you don't want it or you don't find it helpful, you can always unsubscribe. You will not hurt my feelings. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please hit the subscribe button. These come out about every week or so. Always, again, a topic related to nutrition and autoimmune disease. I'm just here to help you make some small, measurable changes to improve your life through diet and lifestyle. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.